Hello Vapors, this is 100% VG coming to you with a review of a contest win from MadVapes. It was a contest contest on ECF that was held on the week of June 22nd to June 26th. It took me a while to receive the package because at first the 2650 batteries were out of stock. This was for an EHPro 2650 Cronus, an absolutely beautiful mech. EHPro 2650 Tobh RDA, drip tip of winner's choice, two 2650 batteries, one charger, one 30-foot spool of Vapowire Kanthal, a 5-pack of Blue Box organic Japanese cotton, and 100 milliliters of any e-juice. Like I said, at first the batteries were out of stock. Put it away, sorry. I've had a little bit of problems with audio. This is I've had to redo this a number of times, but I've got it fixed now. PVT SO batteries, 2 of them. They sent me the 35 milliamp hour, 3500 milliamp hour batteries, if you can read that. These are 48 amp batteries. Big boys. For anyone who has never seen a 26650 device, I wanted to give you a little comparison of a 2650 battery compared to some 18650s. See if I can hold this up without knocking them over. There you go. The PVT SO in the middle, next to an EFest and an Emran 18650, just to show you a size comparison. They're hefty. And the 48 amps of this puppy is serious. I don't really know if it's a true 48 amp continuous or not. But in this baby, let's have some serious power. This Cronus and Tobh hit like a steam locomotive, I'm going to tell you. But first, back to the win. Took them a little while to get the batteries in. But my first contact with Mike over the package win was over the juice. I wasn't sure, well, yeah, if they handled any, my screen name is 100% VG, and I wasn't sure if they handled any juices that I could use. So I contacted Mike and I asked him, do you handle any juices that are 5% PG or less? And he said, likely not. Let me look around and see what I can do for you. So, he didn't, and, what he did for me was in the $80 to $100 retail value of that juice, instead of 1 pack of Kanthal, I chose 24 gauge Kanthal. He gave me 5 packs of 24 gauge. I got stuff everywhere. He gave me, excuse me 1 second. He gave me 5 packs of 26 gauge Kanthal, and I had asked him, since the package is going to be delayed, I'd like to purchase some nickel wire. You know, since the package is going to be delayed, you could just put it in the same package. I'd like to buy a 26 gauge and a 28 gauge spool of your Vapowire in nickel. He said, well, we're out of the 26 gauge and 28 gauge, but you really should try the 30 gauge, because when you're rebuilding the RBA sections on these sub-ohm tanks, you can fit your coils in there a lot easier. He said, I'll send you some. We've got the 30 gauge in, and I'll send you some. So he sent me 4 30-foot spools of 30 gauge nickel. And he said, when we get the 28 gauge and the 26 gauge in, I'll send you some of that also. So he sent me one 26 and one 28 gauge nickel also. The man just really went overboard taking care of me, because the batteries were out of stock, and then it turned out that the charger had an oversight also. The charger he was going to give me, the charger that he picked for the package, he thought was the last one in stock, and it was not going to be reordered. But that message that it wasn't going to be reordered was not relayed to customer support. And when they found that it was out of stock, Becca Wolf at customer support sent me an email, and Mike had already been in touch with me several times through ECF private message over concerns. How you doing? Checking up with me and making sure I was okay. I was extremely patient. I told him, no big deal on the batteries. Just hold the package, and when the batteries come in, make it all in one shipment. I can't use the product without the battery, so just hold it. Becca emailed me and said that the charger was on back order, and I told her the same thing. Just hold it, and when the charger comes in, send it all at one time. Save yourself some shipping. I can't use anything without the charger. So just hold it. So Mike contacts me again on PM saying, how you doing? And I said, well, the charger is on back order, and they say they gave me an approximate 2-week wait time. So he contacts customer support and informs them that that item was never going to be reordered. So what he had them do instead was give me this Luck S2 charger, which is honestly a much nicer charger than the one they were going to give me. That's just kind of a comic on the back, but it comes with not in the box. It comes with of course, a wall wart charger for AC that plugs in, and it also comes with a DC charger, cigarette plug charger for the car, so you can use the thing in the car. It will charge any battery from see if you can read that, from the 10440 all the way up to a 26650. It's a very what's the word, I don't know, I can't think of the word, but it's versatile, very versatile charger because of these slides, and it absolutely fits a 26650 with ease. I'll show you, where did I put them? Here's a 18650 in there, and it has a button on the side that you can charge at 0.5 amps, 1 amp, or 2 amps. And on the front, it has an LED display excuse me, that shows you across the top. It shows you I'm charging. When you first put it in, it shows you basically the charge level of the battery, and you can watch that increase as the battery charge level increases. And there's a little battery level display with 4 charge bars that you can watch increase as the battery charges. and there's a little down arrow that shows you that the battery is actually charging. And on the side over here, there's an indicator that shows you you're charging at 0.5 amps, 1 amp, or 2 amps. I always charge my batteries at 0.5 amps because they don't heat up as much, and that will help increase the life of the battery, the recharge cycles of the battery. I'm not gonna need a battery before it's done charging. I don't think anybody vapes that fast, so I just let it charge, at 0.5 amps, and increase the life of my batteries that way. Recommendation for you if you want to follow it. So, these are the boxes that the Cronus comes in, and the Tobh come in. Very nice presentation boxes. No point in going into all of that. They come with all the goodies that you expect. Little screwdriver and extra O-rings and just everything that you expect with a kit. And they also gave me some blue box Japanese organic cotton. And I'm going to tell you what, this stuff here is amazing. If you haven't tried it, you need to get some. I built my my Tobh with 24 gauge Kanthal. I was shooting for a 0.35 ohm, and I put it on a mod that will read it. That showed it coming in at 0.33, so I was real close to my goal. And I used this blue box in there. First time ever I have experienced any wicking at all that had zero break-in taste that you had to go through. Nothing but cinnamon red hots instantly. Perfect flavor. Didn't even taste the Kanthal. Did the glow burn squeeze it to make it perfect, and the little brushing technique to to get it ready. Put the blue box in there. Juiced it up, vaped it, and instantly perfect. I was amazed. You guys got to get this stuff. Excellent wicking material. Blue box Japanese organic cotton. Highly recommend it. Also, highly recommend the EHPro, however people say it, 2650 Cronus and 26650 Tobh RDA. I have had this little H cigar Phoenix V6 as the only RDA that I've ever had. I picked it up at a vape meet on a take it or leave it table, and it works, but it's tiny, even compared to an AGAT2. Get it in the light where I'm sorry, you can maybe see it. The diameter of this thing is tiny, and it works. Yeah, it works, but it's just, hey folks, this is what RDA is all about. And with this battery in here and with this mod, I don't know what the voltage drop is, but it has to be tiny. This thing, I'll say it again, it hits like a steam locomotive. It's heavy. It's built, has to be, built like a tank. It's going to be hard because my cam is crappy, but look at how thick that metal is. They sent me, they handle the Tobh in stainless steel, gold, and rose gold. And when I saw on the invoice they're sending me gold, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like the gold. I really wanted the stainless steel. But the Cronus has brass accents on the switch and up here, and the gold Tobh is like a perfect match for that brass. It's a perfect match, and it's a beautiful fit. The Cronus has a floating 510. You put on your RDA first, or your topper, whatever you're using, and you set the tightness of the switch so that it's just a little bit loose, so that this locking ring can spin. And then you tighten it here so that when you push the switch, let me get it to where you can see that T there. When you push the switch, that ring can spin and lock it. And when you spin it back the other way, you hear it pop, the switch pops out, and it'll vape. The action is really easy. There are cutouts, I'll call it, so that you can get easy access to the switch. I forgot to turn my light on. You see those cutouts? Easy access to the switch. My Cronus is serial number 0277. I was amazed by that. I was expecting something up in the thousands. My Tobh is serial number, come on off, 1363. 1363. And in Mike's review video of the Cronus and the Tobh, he covers everything. So I really don't have to go over a whole lot about either one. But in his review of the Tobh, he recommended this drip tip, which is the one that comes on, not left-handed, the one that comes on the EHPro LB. They call it the LB. Other sites call it the little boy. So that's the one I got. That's the one he sent me. And it's really quite a wide bore drip tip. I've got to take a few vapes because I filled the tank and I want to open it up and show you my coils. Look at that. This is... I'm so easily distracted, I forgot two things. Another thing that was included in the package was, and I'm going to try to get this where you can read it, in place of the juice also, Mike gave me, can you read it? 120 milliliters of unflavored VG USP, 4 bottles. Can you see that? Okay. And 5 10 milliliter bottles of 100 milligram 100% VG nicotine. 100 milligram nicotine VG. Very cool. For my DIY projects. And I was going to show my my build in the Tobh. Okay, get that to where you can see it. I've vaped it a fair amount, and there's my dual coil. I'm gonna take the whatever you want to call that off, and there's my organic cotton in my 2 coils, and they look a little bit nasty, but that's really because the cinnamon is a coil gunker. But what I wanted to talk about was this dual coil build. If you can see, I mounted the coils higher than the post holes. The organic cotton, the blue box cotton, has plenty of room to go under the coil and lay on the deck with plenty of airspace between the coil and the cotton. And that way, let me see if I can get this to where, okay, that way the coil is actually a little bit above the air holes. Okay, and my thought was related to RDAs and things, well, RDAs like the Derringer that get their air from under the coil. When you vapor tank an RDA like this, the air comes in, but you're drawing from up here. So that instead of the air coming in like this, it really comes in like that. So I wanted the air to have a chance to come across the coil. So I raised them so that the air would have a chance to at least hit the coil, if not possibly go under it some and increase the flavor. So that's why I did that, and I think it helps a lot. I think it really helps a lot. I'm going to add a little more juice. My my cinnamon red hots, being that it is in ethyl alcohol, separates. So, and plus it's in VG rather than PG, so it separates, and I have to shake it a fair amount. What I ought to do for you too is put that freshly charged 26650 in here, and show you what this bad boy really does. It's not what I would call dry. Oh, and let me see if I can get some light on this subject. I did my build just like Mike does. The legs of the coil come off like this. I actually bent them on the drill bit with some pliers so that they come straight off at an angle and head to the this is the coil and these are the legs, and I bent them so that they come off straight at an angle and head toward the posts, so that there was less having to pinch them and manipulate them. Where are they? Can't get a good shot, but I did. I'm sorry, my cam. This is an older laptop, and the cam really sucks. It's not widescreen, and the resolution isn't high. So, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Let me juice this thing up. I'll put the fully charged battery in here and show you how much this thing blows my socks. I'm wearing slippers right now because when it blows my socks, I don't want to have to run out and buy new shoes. Okay, fresh battery going in. And the threads on this thing are just smooth as butter. Everything about it is perfect. Alright, let me back that off a little bit. Tighten it this way so that my switch, my locking ring, can be adjusted. There we go. Okay. And gonna do a full 4 second because it's had plenty of time to cool off. But that cinnamon red hots is intense. I really need to get some, make some special for this. Actually getting a little bit of a nicotine buzz too. This setup, y'all, for all you cloud chasers and 26650 lovers. Again, I don't know what the voltage drop is on this, but it has to be minute. It has to be small. This is only 46 watts, you know. If you build a 0.2 ohm or less, you know, make sure you got a battery that can handle it. This puppy is killer. That from a 2-second puff. That from a 1-second puff. And it's warm. It's pretty hot and intense. I mean, cinnamon is gonna light your mouth up a little bit anyway. And this is 15% cinnamon. I really need to make some cinnamon, mix some juice especially for this. Okay, cutting back to the previous video. This is 0.35 ohms, which is around 46 watts on a freshly charged battery. My normal all-day setup is cinnamon red hots with the Flavor Apprentice DIY cinnamon red hots in ethyl alcohol mixed at 15%. So even though it's in 100% BG, it's fairly thin. Ethyl alcohol thins better than water and PG, so it's fairly thin. And I do this in an AGAT2 with cellulose around a 1.7, 1.8 ohm Kanthal build, AGAT2 with a 2 millimeter air hole, and that's my standard, you know, all day vape. Let me show you. This is what I'm used to. Sometimes it has to heat up a little bit. Excuse me. Have a little bit of a sinus thing. So that's my normal all-day vape. But with this puppy, plus that's 12.5 watts. This is closer to, like I said, 46. The flavor is intense. You can see the vapor. So with that being what I'm used to, with this, what I normally do if it's been sitting for a minute is I'll take a 2-second hit, 2-second puff, and that'll warm it up. And I'll take a 1-second puff. Because this is the same juice. It's the same I DIY, and this is the same 6.5 milligram, 15% cinnamon red hots. I really need to make some 3%, 3 milligram or less, and maybe 10% cinnamon red hots or less for this puppy. I have done 50 watts in some sub-ohm tanks on head coil setups, but they don't produce like this. I'm going to tell you people, this is what an RDA is all about. And compared to this, now I know what an RDA is all about. And I have purchased from MadVapes before and never had an issue. But I'm going to tell you what, now I know what MadVapes is all about. If they will take care of a customer like this on a contest win, just imagine what they'll do for paying customers if they have problems or an issue or need a little bit of help. Becca at customer support just really went overboard to help me, and Mike. I can't tell you how many times we PM'd back and forth. I have not looked, added up everything in this package that they sent me compared to what the contents of the original package were, and I think I'd be embarrassed to. Mike just really went overboard taking care of me to make sure I was happy. I was never unhappy, but he wanted to make sure that I was happy because I had to wait twice. And I told him, don't worry, you know. When he first told me this is what you're getting, I was elated, you know. And then there was a little glitch, and he gave me some extras, and I'm like, Jiminy Cricket, man. So look, big shout out to MadVapes. If you haven't purchased from MadVapes, trust me, you will not be disappointed. The prices, I've been watching the prices over the years, and the prices are always great. Customer service is always top notch. They fill orders quickly and get them out. They just take care of you. They're top notch. Big shout out to MadVapes. Big shout out to Mike. Big shout out to Becca. Thank you guys so much for this fantastic package, this wonderful contest win, and for taking care of me so great. You guys are fantastic. This is 100% VG signing off. Thanking MadVapes again. Vape smart. Be happy, and by all means, please join CASA and help fight for your rights. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye-bye.